Hello everybody, we're back today with Real Talk Real Estate. My name is RobinHenricks.
I'm Darren Phillips.
And we're going to talk splits today. Because Darren, it seems like every time, whether it's a mega agent team that may be coming from a different brokerage, just another agent coming from a different brokerage, or even a new agent, one of the first questions that everybody asks is, what's the split?
Always.
So we're just going to break it down and we're going to talk splits. We're going to talk real talk about splits. Because Darren, is it really ever about a split?
I look at it like a business, as a business owner. So I'm thinking net profit. I don't care about the split. How much money am I putting in my pocket at the end of the day? That's what I care about.
And not only what are you putting in your pocket around the split, it's also about the value that you get at your brokerage. So what tools do I have? What resources do I have?
What am I getting for that split?
What am I getting for the split? And are they teaching me to grow a business? Because I think what I have found when I go on business consultations with most agents is they have no idea how to build a business. They're out grinding. They're putting another sign in the yard. They're working with another buyer, but they have no idea how to grow a business. So today we're not only going to talk about splits and we're going to figure out what your dollar per hour really is in real estate, but we're also going to show you the value of building that company that one day you can walk away from. Because real estate, Darren, should be no different than any other business. There's very few businesses, and I'm going to start to draw this out for everyone, but there's very few businesses where you, as the CEO, build it all by yourself and you never have leverage. You never have anybody helping you, and one day you can walk away from it because you've built this amazing business all by yourself. We just don't see that.
So true.
We don't see that. So we're going to dive into this right now. So Darren, let's role play a little bit if you don't mind.
Let's do it.
So for everybody watching, we're going to just role play it. So bear with us. And if you have any questions, put them in the chat and we'll answer those after we finish today. So Darren, you're the CEO of your own real estate business.
Yes.
And you've done really pretty well. So right now, we're going to figure out what your dollar per hour is all by yourself as the CEO, and then we're going to begin to build a business for you and what that might look like.
Okay.
So how many units do you currently do?
So I'm currently year-to-date at 36. My goal is 40.
36 units. Well, that's really interesting because we know we have this book that it's our business Bible called the MREA. It's the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. And we know that you can do 24 to 36 units all by yourself before your spiritual life and your family life is compromised.
Absolutely.
Okay? And you may be feeling that right now.
Feeling that pain point.
Yeah.
Yes. The time restraints, not being able to be at my kids' ball games, all the things. So.
Absolutely. Okay. So we know that in real estate, there's about 50 hours in every single transaction. Okay?
Okay.
And this is how it's broke down, Darren. If 10 hours of client time, 20 hours of marketing, and then 20 hours of transactional time. So I'm just going to write that in. 10 hours of client, 20 hours of marketing. And some people say, well, what's included in the marketing? It could be your buyer presentations, your listing presentations. It is your social media posts, your videos that you're doing, your open houses. It could be placing signs out. It's everything marketing that you're doing for that particular client and that home.
Got it.
Okay?
Okay.
And then 20 hours here is your transactional. We call that TC, your transactional time, from the time it goes under contract to the time it closes.
So more of the administrative work.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. So I know you're a big agent, and I know that you're in South Charlotte here, and we have a pretty nice price point. Is your average sale price right around $15,000?
They're around there. So my average commission is about 15.
About $15,000 per transaction.
Per transaction,
okay.
Correct.
So let's just put that here. So Darren, I'm going to ask you to pop out your calculator here.
Sure.
And I want you to take 50 hours. So you've got 15,000 divided by 50 hours, and we're going to figure out what your dollar per hour is.
Okay, so take my average commission and just divide it by the total hours of the transaction.
Yes, total hours of every transaction.
So that comes out to 300?
300. So Darren, I don't know if you knew this or not, but you're a $300 per hour agent.
I know now.
So how does that make you feel?
I mean, that's good money.
That's really great money.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some doctors and lawyers that don't make that.
Sure.
Yeah, you are putting in the time. 50 hours is a lot of time per client.
Absolutely.
So great work. However, you're at a point right now that you need to start building your business. You need to start leveraging your business so your spiritual life and family life are not compromised. Okay?
I would love that.
So the very first hire right now would be your first admin. Now, I always recommend that we add the TC first, only because, Darren, most transaction coordinators are not paid until you get paid. So there's not that feeling of, I'm putting somebody on my payroll and I may not be able to pay them.
No real financial risk.
Bingo, bingo.
Okay.
Probably the best way to put it. So if I give you this 20 hours back, you're left with 30 hours. So go ahead and take that same 15,000, divide it by 30 hours.
500.
You just gave yourself a raise.
Wow. $200 raise.
Right. So you just became a $500 per hour agent, and you got 20 hours per client back in time. Now, two things can happen, Darren.
Okay.
One, you can take that 20 hours and you can spend it in your spiritual life or with family.
Sure.
You decide what you want to do, or you could actually do more lead generation.
Continue to grow my business.
Continue to grow your business. And I will say that most people, because family life and spiritual life is not compromised as of yet, it's still not going to be compromised if you just take that time and do more lead generation.
I like that.
And we know that if you do that, you can pretty much double your business. I'm not going to do that for you right now. Let's just say you do another 24 units.
Okay.
Because this is what I see when I'm working with my clients that I coach with and the top agents, that normally they'll, by themselves, adding this TC, they add about 24 more units. So take that 24 units times 15,000 for me.
It's 360.
1,000?
Yes.
So 360K, take that 36 times 15,000.
540,000.
So you were making 540,000 all by yourself with no leverage. By adding this leverage,
Wow.
you just made another 360,000.
That's life-changing.
Life-changing. What would you do with an additional 360,000 because you added TC?
So many things come to mind.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
it's true, right?
Absolutely.
What I hear all the time is, I love the paperwork. I'm really good at the paperwork.
Don't want to let go.
I don't want to let go. I'm a
Yeah.
control freak. Or my clients may not feel I'm still in the transaction
If I pass them off to
if I
someone
pass it on. However, let's just do the math, okay? So what would you pay a TC per
else.
transaction?
Per transaction, probably 450.
450? So you're going to do 450 per transaction. Remember, they're 20 hours for every transaction. So if you're paying them 450 divided by 20,
That's 2250.
they're 2250 per hour. Remember what you are. You're a $500 per hour agent. The minute that you stop, literally stop, because it's something that you feel your clients might want you to do or expect you to do, you become that $22.50 per hour employee.
Makes so much sense.
And if you hire somebody that's a rock star just like you are, that actually is way better at doing paperwork than you are, I know that's hard to believe, Darren, because you're really good at things. Your clients, I promise you, are going to go to closing and say, you know what, that Susan or that John or that whoever you hired to do this, wow, they're a rock star. They are so good. They're actually going to make you look good.
Enhance the value that you're
Enhance
providing
the value, yes. And then it becomes the same exact experience for every single one of your clients, therefore getting more referrals.
Wow.
Okay? All right.
Love that.
So you've got your TC in place. You now can spend more time with clients in your marketing, but now's when we're going to add another admin.
Okay.
Sometimes I will tell you this person is so talented, they can do marketing and TC. However, I probably wouldn't recommend it. Those are two very different skill sets.
Sure.
So just understand you may be able to start off with that, but you're probably going to have to separate it at some point, right?
Okay.
This is real talk real estate.
Yep.
Admin here is going to do all marketing. So any kind of marketing for buyers, sellers, just listed, just sold, open houses,
Social media,
videos, social media, all of your postings for you, everything, you're going to hire this person. It can be a virtual person. So we've seen VAs in different countries that do amazing, amazing work. However, some people like them to be in-house. That's completely fine as well.
Okay.
All right? So the minute you do that, the only thing that you're going to be focused on now is this client time.
Clients.
Right.
Yep.
And if I take that same 1,500, divide it by 10, I can do the math on that. $1,500 per hour you become.
What a jump.
Isn't that amazing?
That's incredible.
It's amazing.
So literally increasing my value, my dollar per hour, by just implementing a couple of pieces of leverage into the transaction.
Exactly. And the experience, I think the biggest thing here too is the experience your customers have. Sometimes as a CEO, we feel we're just going to do it all because we're good at everything. And most CEOs are very good at everything, right? However, the clients will suffer at some point if you don't leverage.
Makes sense.
So there's,
I feel that way now.
Yeah. I mean, Darren, can you think of a business that there's only the CEO in the business?
Not a successful one.
No, I can't even think of one that they're all by themselves with no help, no leverage, no anything. I can't even think of one, or not one that lasts for long.
Correct.
Right? And real estate should be no different. And that's why Gary Keller, way back in the day, wrote the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. That book, actually, you could take and you could literally put it in any other business than real estate as well. Any organization, it still applies. In real estate, we should be building businesses that one day we can walk away from, that we leave a legacy for our family or those that are in our organization. We should always be looking for that talent. All right, so now, at this point, Darren, what do we think we need to do? So you're maxed out. You've done about 60 units all by yourself.
Added an additional 24 to my 36. I guess the next most time-consuming piece of my business would be showings, working with buyers.
Absolutely.
That can take some time.
Yeah.
To identify the right property, showing them maybe 15 homes before they find the right one.
That is where most of your time is spent. So we're going to give you that time back. Okay. So we're going to hire your first buyer agent, okay? So, and this is where the splits come in. This is where it becomes really fun because I have more conversations with agents around why do I give away 50% to my rainmaker or my CEO? It just doesn't make sense to me. And actually, again, this is real talk real estate. You're not giving away 50%. It's the CEO giving you their 50%. So 0% of zero is what?
Zero.
All
day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the other thing is you need to know is when you're in this team, in this business, right? I don't even like to call them teams. You're within a business.
Sure.
You're getting all the admin help. You're getting all of the marketing, the transaction management. You're getting possibly client gifts.
So because I've built this leverage for myself, that's already in place for a buyer's agent to come into my organization.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's why we build this first, right? Before we ever hire this person. Because quite frankly, there's no value if it's just you, Darren, and I'm going to come on as your buyer's agent and I'm going to give you 50%. Sure. Then the value's no longer there because I'm not getting any of this.
So going back to your original statement, what am I getting for the split?
Absolutely. So now, this buyer agent on a 50-50 split, let's just show you the math on that. Again, it's just math.
Just math.
So $7,500.
Okay.
The buyer has a transaction. They make $15,000. We're gonna $7,500 to the CEO and $7,500 to the buyer's agent. Do you know the minimum amount of transactions a buyer's agent should do on a team?
I mean, I would say at least 24.
At least 24. That should be the minimum. As you look for talent to continue to build out your business, make sure that their big why and their drive is in alignment with you. Because quite frankly, if you're just going to bring on, let's say there's more buyer's agent, and they don't have that same 24 goal, then you're really running an adult daycare. Okay?
Makes sense, yeah.
So, I mean, this is real talk real estate.
Absolutely.
Right?
Keeping it real.
So, all right. So I've got the 7,500. The buyer's agent should do 24 units minimum. So if I take 7,500 times 24, what do I come up with?
That's $180,000.
So that agent has made $180,000 with a split of 50%.
And Robin, what's the goal income that we hear from every agent that walks into our office?
Well, not every, but 99.9% is I want to make 100,000.
Right. And now they're at 180.
And did the split matter?
Not at all.
The split didn't matter. They're within an organization that can show them the way to that profitability that they're looking for. Absolutely. The split had nothing to do with it. Well, this is where it really gets fun though. So if I take that 7,500, and remember, the only thing that buyer's agent's going to be working with is client time. They're going to be lead genning for clients. They're going to be showing houses, putting them under contract, and going to closing. So if that's the only thing, and I have 7,500 here, let's do the math. 7,500 divided by 10.
$750.
$750 per hour.
As the buyer's agent, correct?
As a buyer's agent on a 50-50 split. Splits don't matter.
So they're actually making more than what, as the CEO, I was making doing everything myself.
Bingo. So on a 50-50 split, this buyer's agent is making $750 per hour because the only thing they're focused on is client time, which is 10 hours. So they're making $750 per hour when the CEO, when he first started his business, all by himself, was making $300 per hour. It's never, ever, ever about the split. Ever. So this is real talk real estate.
Absolutely.
So drop us a comment. Feel free to DM us if you have questions about what we just went through.
We'd love to go over your business as well and show you how to implement this in your world if you're feeling that same pain.
Yeah, because what's really fun is we can continue to build this out to show where a legacy is truly being built over time with the right people in your organization. So again, my name is RobinHenricks. This is Real Talk Real Estate, and I'm here with
Darren Phillips.
Darren Phillips. If you have questions, please reach out, and till next time.